Hey everyone, in this video we will discuss the Python installation. There are several methods to run Python on your laptop. You can write your Python code in any of the text editor, but for running Python we need a Python interpreter in our laptop. So before we go ahead and install Python, first check if you already have some Python installed in your laptop. So if you are using Mac or Linux, you can go to terminal. If you are using Windows Mission, you can go to the command prompt. Once you are in the terminal or command prompt, you can just type Python version. So if there is no Python installed, it will show something like command not found Python. Remember, Python version might not work if you have some Python 3 installed in your laptop. You can also check Python 3 version to see if Python 3 exists in your laptop. So in my laptop, I have Python 3 already. So it's showing some version, but still I want to install a different version of Python. So even though you don't have any Python version in your laptop installed, you can follow the steps that I am telling and install Python in your laptop. For installing Python, just go to google.com and just type Python download. So it will show you the Python page. Open the Python and go to downloads. So you can just download from here as well. So it will download the latest version. But if you don't want the latest version and go back to some previous versions of the Python, you can just go to downloads and check the other releases available. For me, I would prefer downloading Python 3.12 as many applications in my laptop uses Python 3.12. You can still download the latest version, which is Python 3.13. So I'll choose Python 3.12.8 and then I'll come down and you'll have an option to select your installer. For me, I am using a Mac operating system. So I'll go to Mac 64-bit installer. In case if you are using Windows, based on the version of Windows that you are using, which is 64-bit or 32-bit, you can select the installer of your choice. So I'm going with Mac 64-bit installer and it's downloading. And once the download is complete, you can just execute this package. The steps are very simple. It will just guide you through the steps. So you just need to click on continue and you'll have a readme and then license, and you just need to agree for this license, and you need to select the installation type. So if you want to customize your installation, you can also select customize here, but in most of the use cases the basic installation will work well. I'll always go with the basic installation type. I don't customize anything. I'll do install and we need to provide the password. It's installing Python and configuring the files. And do remember that if you are using Windows Mission, you will have an option to select for adding the Python path to the path variable in the environment variables. You can check that option for adding Python in your environment variables. Now the installation of Python 3 is complete and the version that I have is Python 3.12. And once the installation is complete, you need to verify the certificates. I mean, Python needs to set the SSL root certificates. So we can download the certificates from this location, or you can just come to this Python 3.12 and click on install certificates command. So it will install all the certificates that are required for your Python setup. Now I'll go back to my terminal window and I'll check Python 3 version. Now it's updated as 3.12.8. So in case you don't see your Python version updated or you don't see your Python available here, you can just close your terminal and restart your terminal for the changes to take effect. In Windows, you need to close and open the terminal or the command prompt for these changes to take effect. So now we have installed Python in your laptop. So this is the Python interpreter. So you can just type Python 3 or Python. So it will open the Python shell and you can start writing your code. You can just say 2 plus 2, it will print 4. This is the execution of the Python code. And this Python interpreter helps you write one line or one piece of code at a time and run it. But what if you are working on a big project or an application? You need to write multiple lines of code and you will be organizing the code into multiple files and folders and everything grouped together called a project. And that's where we use something called IDE. So IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. So we have a lot of options for Python. One of them is PyCharm. So PyCharm is from JetBrains. I'll show you how to install the PyCharm as well. Now again, go to google.com and search for PyCharm. You'll see the JetBrains website here. Go to download PyCharm option and you'll see that it's recommending to download the PyCharm Professional IDE. So Professional IDE is a paid version and we also have something called PyCharm Community Edition. So we basically go with the Community Edition. Community Edition is pretty good and I have been using this Community Edition for almost 6 years. So there's no issue with this. So professional edition of PyCharm is for some companies if they want to give this professional version of PyCharm to their employees. But with the community edition, we should be good for all the learning, local development, and even creating pretty big projects. So you just need to select your operating system. So as I'm using a Mac, it's giving me only the versions for Mac. If you are using Windows machine, it will provide you option for Windows as well. Just need to click on download, and it's a pretty big file. It will be around, it's around 693 MB. It takes some time to get downloaded. It's showing 1 minute. So there is no hard rule that you have to use only PyCharm for Python development. You can use any of the other IDEs like Anaconda, VS Code, IntelliJ, Jupyter, and there are many other tools as well. So the PyCharm download is complete. So I'll just open and set it up. You just need to open the installer. As I'm using Mac, it's asking me to just drop this into applications folder. If you are using Windows, it will just guide you through the installation steps. You just need to follow those steps and complete the installation. It's pretty straightforward, same as how we installed Python. So once your download and setup is complete for PyCharm, you'll just need to open this PyCharm and it opens as an application. So select open, and for the first time you need to agree for the license. It's asking me to grant access to the files in my desktop folder. I'll just say allow. It's asking me to import settings. So if you have already had this PyCharm in your laptop, so if you have saved your settings from your older version of PyCharm or your previous PyCharm installation, you can import those settings. But for now, I'll just skip the import. So the first time you open your PyCharm window looks like this. So you'll have an option to create a new project or open an existing project or clone a project from GitHub. So I'll just try to create a new project, and it will ask for the name of the project, and I'll tell my first project, and it has other options like Python virtual environment, base anaconda, or custom environment. I'll say I'll go with Python virtual environment for executing this, and it's trying to load the interpreters. And let me, so this version of Python somehow had an issue identifying the Python version in my Mac. So I went to JetBrains and downloaded an older version, which is 2023.3.7 version, and it's working perfectly for me. So if you also have similar issue with identifying Python version in your Mac or system, you can download the older version of PyCharms, so it will work well. So earlier it says that it was trying to recognize the Python interpreter, but it never did recognize. So I downloaded older version. It looks like this, which is very similar to the latest version. And you can just type your Python project name. I'll make it my first project, and we select the project and virtual environment, and we can select the Python version that we are trying to use, which is Python 3.12. So it says it is detected in the system, but in the newer version of PyCharm it didn't work out. So if you face any issue like this, you can always use the lower version. For finding the lower version, you can just type PyCharm older versions, and you can just go here and select any version of your choice. We initially downloaded 2024.3.1.1, so it didn't work. You can scroll down and find the other older versions. So once you have given the project name, you can just go ahead and create the project, and this is how it looks, right? And then this is going to be your main project folder, and inside this folder you can create a new file or a new folder or anything. So you can say a Python file and name it my first file. You need not give any extension, it will take the extension by itself as you are telling Python file. See, it has taken my first file as py. And you can also create by using just the file. If you use this file here, you need to provide the extension second file dot py. So this is going to be the project in PyCharm, and here you can write your code. I can write hello world, and you can just run the project by clicking on the run button here, or you can right click on the file and you can click on run my first file. So it has printed hello world. So this is how we set up Python on PyCharm in local laptop. So it can be Mac or Windows or Linux. The process is going to be the same.